this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make vegan cheesy garlic rolls. They are pretty easy, pretty fast to prepare, and they're also a really big hit with all of my friends and family. So I really hope you guys like them, and let's go ahead and make them. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is add 3 cups of plain white flour to a large mixing bowl. And then to this mixture, we're going to add a pinch of salt, and then also 1 tablespoon of white sugar and 1 tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil. And then to this mixture, I'm going to add 1 packet of dry yeast and then warm water. And you want to make sure that your water is not too hot, or else it's actually going to kill the yeast and your bread dough won't end up rising. So then you want to mix this all together until it's just starting to come into one kind of cohesive mass, and then I'm going to turn it out onto a floured surface, and I'm going to knead it for around 5 minutes or so. And the way I like to knead is just to kind of push down with one side of my hand or one hand, and then push with the palm of my hand of my other hand, if that makes sense. So kind of turning the dough over on itself and then pushing down with the palms of my hand. And you really just want to do this until it's smooth and there's no longer any big lumps in it. And then you're going to basically put this in a clean bowl and let it rise for. So while that's rising, you can start preparing the garlic butter and shredded cheese that is going to go inside of the rolls. So I put about 4 tablespoons of butter into a ramekin with a little sprinkle of salt, and then I'm going to mix in about a tablespoon of garlic, or like 4 cloves of garlic that are chopped. And you kind of want to beat this with the back of the spoon until it's smooth so you can spread it onto your dough pretty easily, so make sure you have softened butter. And then for the cheese, you can use any vegan cheese you want, but I really love the vegan mozzarella cheese from Trader Joe's. I didn't have that one when I filmed this video, so instead I used just like a grateable vegan Parmesan, and that turned out really good too. Also, the entire recipe is going to be linked below, so be sure to check that out at the end of the video for all of the exact measurements of things that I'm using. Alright, so then 30 minutes later, your dough should be really nice and risen, and you're just going to turn that out onto a floured surface, and I'm going to knead it just a little bit, kind of like knock the air out of it, and just make it a little bit easier to roll out with a rolling pin. And so then once I've done that, I'm taking my rolling pin and I'm going to roll it into a rectangle, or as close to a rectangle as you get. We're forgiving over here. But you don't want to roll it too thin, because we're going to be folding this dough over on itself, not rolling it or anything. And if it's too thin, it's going to stick to the surface and it's not going to roll over, and it's going to be a mess. So roll it to about like 3/4 to an inch thick. It can actually be pretty thick. So then we're going to start spreading out our garlic butter. So this is again why you want it to be like really soft, so you can just easily spread it across the dough without tearing or breaking up the dough. Alright, and then we are going to start spreading out our grated Parmesan cheese, and again, you can use any vegan cheese that you want or that you like. This is just the one I had on hand, and it worked really well. And then I actually thought it needed a little bit more cheese, so I just got my grater and I went ahead and grated some more cheese over the top. So then once you've put all of the fillings you want inside of your dough, you're going to be taking the long side of the dough and essentially folding this over on itself, kind of like hot dog style if you were folding a piece of paper, or like a hand pie if you were making a hand pie. So you're just going to kind of peel the dough off of the surface and then flip it over the top and kind of make the dough. I just kind of like pull the ends of the dough to make sure it's covering it, so that when we cut strips to make our little cute rolls, it works better that way. And then I kind of pat it down to make sure the cheese sides kind of stick to one another. So again, when I'm rolling them, all of the cheese in the middle isn't really falling out. And then I'm going to be cutting 1.5 inch strips. They're not all perfectly sized. That's okay. You just kind of want to watch them when they're baked. And then I did a really bad job of showing you guys this, and I lost the footage where I did this better. But you basically want to twist them first to create these cute little rolls, and then taking one hand and holding it in the same place, you're going to wrap the dough around your fingers and then tuck the end underneath, and that's going to create the little roll shape. They're really easy, and this is what they look like once you've done all of them. once these come out of the oven, they're going to be super golden brown and crispy and delicious. And yeah, here are your vegan cheesy garlic rolls. And then a serving suggestion for these guys, they're super good with some fresh pesto. So I would recommend serving them with this or just on their own. They're honestly really great too. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this recipe and I'll see you in the next video.